Hi, I'm Barbara Lee Edwards with Cool Lookin' Collie, and this evening we have the great pleasure of interviewing Susan Kendall, a great vocalist in the Pacific Northwest music scene. And I want to give a big thanks to Grant Anderson for allowing us some time in the studio at Rehearsal Works in Sumner, and also a big thanks to Jamie McDonald with Drop D Photography. Hi Susan, thanks for spending some time with us this evening to talk about music in the Northwest and your experiences in the scene.
Of course.
We appreciate your time.
To be here.
Let's start out with projects that you're currently working on. Tell us who you're working with and what kind of music.
Well, I'm working with Band Unloaded. We have a mix of classic rock, modern contemporary rock, dance music, some country, hopefully enough to please everyone.
Awesome.
Yes.
And you're still working with Raucous as well?
Raucous as well.
Okay.
And that's mainly classic rock. Yeah, the really cool old-fashioned, Lay Down Sally and Brown Eyed Girl. And, yeah,
nice.
stuff.
All the classics.
Yeah.
Perfect. Can you tell us when you started singing professionally?
I started singing professionally when I was 25.
25.
Yeah.
So what brought you to the decision to get into the music scene at 25?
That's very interesting that you would ask me that. I've always loved music and always wanted to sing, but when it came right down to becoming a professional singer, I needed work.
Okay.
And I said, well, Susan, you can sing.
You
so
can
go
definitely
find a job
sing.
singing. Yeah. So I called a production company. They gave me an audition with a working band. I was one of 5 girls that tried out for that spot.
Very cool. So did you get
totally
it?
Green and terrified. Yes. I did.
Yeah. So what was the name of your first band?
Notorious.
Notorious. What kind of music were you playing then?
We were playing dance music and doing the clubs where you'd go and work 5 nights in a row.
Oh,
and,
wow.
So
full-time music career,
yes,
basically.
Yes.
Awesome. All right. Do you have any formal vocal training?
No.
None?
None.
And have you been like singing when you were a kid? Like basically all your life you wanted to and did?
Yes, I've always sang. First time I remember singing for people, I was 5.
Wow. What was that for?
That was my mom playing the piano during Christmas and saying, "Come on, Susan, sing Away in the Manger."
Right on.
Yes.
So aside from singing, do you play any musical instruments at all?
Well, I'm kind of a closet wannabe drummer. I can't really play, but I can keep a couple of different beats.
Oh, cool. Very cool.
I don't call myself a drummer, but maybe with a little hard work.
Very cool. So what would you say your strongest musical influences are?
Steve Perry was a really huge vocal influence. And any rock bands of the time, Boston, Styx, who else? Kansas. The really cool production, harmonies, was my favorite stuff. And of course, I was Motown before that. I loved Earth, Wind and Fire and Commodores and things like that too.
Have you ever had the opportunity to add some of that stuff to your current repertoire?
Not so much the Motown, but the rock and roll for sure. Yes.
Definitely. Cool. If you could duet with one famous singer, who would it be and why?
Ooh. Well.
Hard question.
It is. There's so many to choose from.
I know.
Maybe I would choose Steve Perry because I feel I could blend voices with him pretty well.
Yeah.
Or Steve Walsh, Kansas.
Very cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
What's your favorite song to sing and why?
Oh, favorites.
It's hard to pick favorites, I know, especially
really
when you're in music.
Yeah, everything. It's like I like it all. I mean, I can't pick a favorite.
I guess I would say, what moves your heart the most when you're singing it?
Well, there's a song I'm working on, learning. I haven't performed yet. It's called Magic Power, and I just love that song. It's by Triumph.
Okay.
Moves my heart. Did from the time I first heard it. Still does. And it's kind of the essence of my music, how I feel about music, I guess.
Very cool. Can't wait to hear it.
Yes.
And what genre of music is most often found on your radio, in the car, at home, just for fun?
What genre? Alternative.
Alternative?
Maybe, yeah.
I wouldn't have expected that. So name a couple bands that you
I
most
like
listen
Nirvana and the Red Hot Chili Peppers. And I like STP and, all those really cool alternative rock guys.
Cool. For you personally, what's the best thing about being out there performing in a cover band?
Just being able to do what I really enjoy doing most, and get to hang out and meet people and get paid. It's amazing. I love it.
What's the craziest or most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you on stage or during a show?
Craziest, most embarrassing.
We'd love to hear some funny stories about your gig life if you have any, so feel free to share.
I guess my most embarrassing would probably be when I was in Taiwan, in Taipei, and we were doing an anti-drug concert that was being televised. And my fiance was the drummer, and he had broken his arm, and he was drumming with one arm. So during certain songs, I would go and I would help him on the drums. Well, in this concert, he was on a huge riser. And he started to play Moni Moni, and I was doing the floor tom on that. And I went to jump up onto that next level, and I fell.
Oh.
Just wham! Bruised my
on a televised show.
Yeah.
Was it live?
Fell down, right on, yes.
Oh, Lord.
Live television.
Oh, man.
Fell down, yeah.
We're often our own worst critics, especially about our own performances and things that happen, and we're really hard on ourselves usually. So how do you handle making mistakes during performances?
Well, some say not so well. I gained the nickname Old Poker Face at one point because my bandmates would tease me because I'd make a mistake and roll my eyes or something. So hit myself in the head. Susan, why are you doing that? No. Yeah, I have learned not to do that so much. So hopefully I'm just blowing it off and trying to ignore it when it happens now.
Have you ever had
the goal.
Have you ever had a moment
going.
where you're getting up on stage, you're getting ready to start a show, and maybe a song you've done 100 times is the first one on your set list and you just draw a blank about the lyrics?
Yes.
How do you handle that?
Well, I hopefully can just turn around and blink a few times and turn back around and figure out where it's at and start. And if it's on a sequence, well,
oh yeah,
then I'm in
sequencing.
trouble.
It's always hard if you get off a sequence.
Yeah.
So, do you have any special tricks you use to memorize songs? You know, you're always learning new songs, especially with Unloaded. I know it's in the probably 2 years I've been following you guys, a lot of new songs have been added. So, what are your tricks to remember?
The best trick that I have for remembering my lyrics is to write them out. I don't copy. I don't print them out from a copier or a computer. I write them out. It helps me get the words into my head better.
Yeah, me too.
Yes.
That's a great trick. Do you now, or did you ever get nervous before performances?
Yes. I used to get really nervous, even in simple things, but I've gotten over that mostly. Occasionally, I will get nervous, and it doesn't necessarily matter what I'm doing. If it's a big show or a small show, it's more a mood thing, though.
So it doesn't really matter how big the crowd is. It could happen at any time for you. Yeah, me too. I once did a show for 7,000 people, and I wasn't nervous for that, but a small bar club where there's like 15 people, and my nerves are through the roof, and I don't even know why.
I've been there. Indeed.
It's crazy. What advice would you give to a beginning vocalist or somebody just starting out in a band about dealing with nerves and things like that?
Occasionally I do have a beer or a shot before I started. That's not good advice. Stretching, for me, relieves a lot of tension.
Yeah.
So any way I can find to relieve the tension is what I'll do.
Okay, great. Have you ever done any original music or written any songs of your own, or any plans to do so in the future?
I collaborated on a couple of originals with my band Notorious. Yeah, I would definitely like to write more. I haven't been trying or doing that, but I'm thinking of taking a creative writing class so I can maybe learn how to put some cool lyrics together.
Cool, cool. And so no recording really of any original? Point. Not yet. No. Okay. Let's see. How often and for how long do you practice?
Well, I would say at least a couple hours a week, and that's when I'm not, unless I'm learning like a list of songs. If I'm learning a list of 10 songs, I have to put in more days and hours, maybe, I don't know, work on 10 songs for 3, 4, or 5 days.
Okay.
Before I'm ready to perform them or try to rehearse them.
Okay. Now here's a big one, and feel free to elaborate as much or as little as you like. But, how do you balance your music life with the other obligations in life, like family and relationships and work and career and all that kind of stuff? What kind of frustrations or obstacles have you come across in trying to balance that?
Well, I do have a lot of that going on. Family, kids, relationship, work, school. Just keep a good schedule. Hopefully, try to be organized. This is how I do it. It's tricky sometimes.
It is tricky.
Sometimes you feel like you're doing it good, very well, and other days it's like, this is not, you're not meeting everybody's or everything's needs.
Have you ever had to kind of drop out of it for a while to handle things in real life, as they say?
Yeah, actually I did. I was not in a working band for 10 years to raise my family. And so, yeah.
Tell us a little bit more about your family, your kids, grandkids, or anything.
Yeah, I have 7 children, 6 girls and a boy, and they are range in age from 14 to 31.
Okay. So still kids at home?
Still a couple of kids at home.
Okay.
Yeah. My 2 youngest girls that are under 18. And 6 grandchildren.
Wow.
Yes.
How exciting. Have any of your kids come out and seen you perform and supported you in that way?
They have.
They have. Awesome.
They have. The ones that are old enough.
Yeah, exactly. I had to wait till my daughter turned 21, and then she was at every gig she could possibly get to then. So it's great when they get a little older and they can come see what mom's doing.
Exactly. And then they maybe can relate a little bit.
Yeah, they can relate a whole lot better after they see for themselves.
Exactly.
Are there any bucket list items that you have when it comes to your music, things that you absolutely want to do or accomplish, places you want to play, whatever it might be? What kind of future goals and plans do you have?
Well, I definitely want to be involved in writing some original songs and recording. It's definitely a bucket list thing. Some traveling would be nice. I want to go to Europe and sing in the pubs.
That would be so much fun.
That's the bucket list thing that I
Okay.
have going on right now.
Very cool, very cool. Hopefully you get a chance to do some of that.
Yeah.
What is your favorite venue in the Northwest to play, and why?
Well, I don't know if I've made it to my favorite venue yet. So, can I reserve that?
You can certainly reserve that.
Awesome.
We'll catch up with you later and find out. So, let's see. Next question. What do you feel is an essential ingredient in a cohesive and successful cover band? What's really the elements that need to be there in order to keep things together?
To keep things together, communication's key in all relationships.
Yeah.
And then, of course, everybody has to be on the same page.
Mm.
Yeah, it helps to all have the same kind of ideas of what you're doing and your goals.
I'm assuming you've probably had some experiences where people have butt heads in the music, in the bands that you've been in and stuff, but have you found it fairly easy to work those out and stay together and keep going and that kind of thing?
Yeah, I think so.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Just a couple more for you. List 3 things people might be surprised to know about you.
I collect, make, refurbish antique and modern dolls.
Really?
Yes.
How exciting.
I'm a licensed skincare professional. I'm an esthetician.
Okay.
And let's see, what else? I'm a church girl, basically. I'm not like attending right now, but it might surprise some folks to know how I stand in that area.
Okay.
Pretty firm stand there as well.
Good. Awesome. I don't know if you've ever watched or heard of the old Inside the Actors Studio with James Lipton, but he always asks them at the end of an interview what their favorite curse word is. And you don't have to pick a curse word.
Okay.
My question will be more like, what's your favorite word in the English language and why?
Passion.
Good word.
And it's just, you can feel it. It's everything. Passion is in, everything that moves you is passion.
Most especially music.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, one last question. Tell us and all the fans out there watching when and where your upcoming shows are.
Well, I have my Band Unloaded jam session every Sunday. That is every week at the Royal Bear in Algona from 7 to 11. Come down, jam, have fun, play music. That's awesome. I am also playing with my Band Unloaded at New Pub on 410. Oh, I keep calling it the wrong name. Anyway, it
So
used to be the winery. It's on 410, on Highway 410, going up the hill to Bonnie Lake.
Okay.
On the right-hand side. It's been there for years. If you know the area, you'll know the building. That is next Saturday. And I'll be running directly to that from another show that I'm doing. So
Okay.
I got to that day.
When's the next Raucous show?
The next Raucous show will be at the Lucky Eagle Casino. Elmer's in Burien.
Awesome.
Elmer's in Burien. Not next weekend, but the weekend after.
Okay.
And the Lucky Eagle is the 1st of next month.
Okay. Very, very cool. Anything else you'd like to share with us or say to the masses that maybe don't know you that well? Or
I hope that you enjoy watching the interview. And just rock on, have fun, enjoy music, and be who you are. And thank you for having me.
We appreciate your time. We really do. I know you're busy. And again, want to thank Grant Anderson for giving us the space at Rehearsal Works in Sumner. And also to Jamie for taking his time this evening to do some photos and videos for us. We really appreciate it with Drop D Photography. So thanks again, Susan.
Thank you.
It was nice to spend some time with you.
You as well. Thank you.